So I'm going to look at a slightly different kind of game right now. This is not a multi-disc saga. It's also not a Commodore 64 game. It is a Commodore game. It's a cartridge for the VIC-20. This is Money Wars for the VIC-20. You can see the part number VIC-1925. Now, there is a little interesting detail about the game, which I'm going to get into after I do a little bit of gameplay. But first, as I always say in all my videos, I'm going to run this on actual hardware. This is a genuine Commodore VIC-20. There's my monitor. Turn off the light. Now, I had a little problem with the cartridge when I'm testing it. I think the pins are a little dirty. Needs to be cleaned a little bit. Sometimes the VIC-20 didn't register the cartridge. So let's see if this works now. You also don't need a joystick for this game. You only use the keyboard. Hey, there it goes. Let me adjust the camera, and then I will wait for the start screen. Now it's basically a Space Invaders kind of variant. Things are shooting you at the top. I have to run all the way to the right to pick up the money bag and run all the way back to the left without getting zapped like I just did. A pretty easy game. Of course, as the arrows drop, it eats away the barriers, so you gotta time yourself. Drop off the bag. Each time you drop a bag off, it goes a little bit faster. Probably going to start letting myself die soon. This can go on for a long time. Game over. Now, I said there was a little interesting bit of information about this game, and you can see that here. Copyright 1982 by Commodore and HAL Laboratories. Don't know how familiar you might be with video game developers, but HAL Laboratories is a pretty big developer for Nintendo. I think you would actually consider them a second-party developer for Nintendo. This one was developed in 1982, and if you were to look up HAL Lab's website and try to find their company information, there's really nothing that predates their involvement with NES, with Nintendo. So you have to go back even further, and then you're getting into Commodore lore. I think one of the books I read, Commodore history books, mentions HAL Laboratories. The current president of Nintendo was previously the president of HAL Labs, but I think that was after they had stopped developing for Commodore games. So they also did a couple of other games. This one is also mentioned as being developed by HAL Laboratories. Money Wars. Personally, I don't remember this game, but that really doesn't mean anything. You're going over 30 years, and my memory's pretty poor. But I really don't remember seeing this too often on places like eBay or other things. I don't know if that means it's rare or if I just got lucky or whatever. This is also a later production cartridge. One way you can tell is by the white plastic label. The original production versions were like this Jupiter lander with a metal label. I don't know if Money Wars came in a metal label variant. But anyways, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty easy game. It's kind of a fun game, like all those easy games are. You can keep playing it for a while, I guess. Anyways, thanks for watching.